So today we are going to start the chapter Theory of Demand. Now, first of all, you need to know what is demand. Demand is the willingness to purchase. Demand for what? Demand for a commodity. And who demands? The consumer. Those who demand, we call them consumers in economy. So the demand for any commodity at a particular level of price, at a particular price level for that commodity, price of the commodity, is the willingness to purchase that a consumer is able to purchase at that particular price. So that willingness we refer to as demand at a particular price. Now, in this context, the first thing we need to learn from this chapter is the different types of demand. So, the first thing that we will learn is different types of demand. So, we come to the different types of demand. Number A, individual and market demand. Now, what is individual demand? The name itself is self-explanatory, that you can understand that when any individual, say it's me or it's you, any one of you, the demand for a commodity, the quantity demanded at a particular price is the individual demand for the commodity. The quantity demanded at a particular level of income is the individual demand at a particular price. So when we are talking about the quantity demanded at a particular price by an individual, then it's individual demand. Now a market comprises many individuals. The sum total of all the demands, suppose at price 10 I demand 2 units of a commodity, another person demands 3 units of a commodity, another person demands 1 unit of a commodity, and so on. So when you sum total all the quantities demanded, you add them up at a particular price, then it is known as the market demand for that commodity at that particular price. So that's market demand. Next come to the concept of ex ante and ex post. Now ex ante demand is very simply known as planned demand. Planned. You know, planned, the word planned means which you are willing to buy without considering the purchasing power. I may plan for having 2 ice creams today, but actually what I do is a different issue. So what I plan without considering my purchasing power is known as the planned demand or ex ante demand. But for ex post demand, it is the actual demand, or in more economic sense, we say realized demand, which is backed up by the purchasing power. According to my purchasing power, what I actually purchase, that is the realized demand, is known as the ex post demand. Please take a note that the concept of purchasing power, whether I am able to buy what I plan without considering my purchasing power ex ante, what I actually buy considering my purchasing power is ex post. So it's ex ante demand and ex post demand. Then come to number C, joint demand. Another type we categorize it joint demand. When two goods are demanded together because they are complementary to each other. The name of this joint demand, the another name is complementary demand. Complementary demand. Why complementary? Say for example, fuel and car. A car cannot run without fuel, or fuel itself has no utility until and unless it is utilized in some commodity, used in some other commodity. So joint demand, when two goods are demanded together, hardware and software, guns and bullets, okay, so these are demanded jointly. The joint demand, it is also known as complementary demand because the two goods are complementary to each other. Derived demand, another concept we can say that when the demand for good is derived from the demand of some another commodity. Suppose you demand for a house, then the demand for bricks, demand for cement, demand for sand, demand for wood, all these things comes up. All these things come up. So the demand for those commodities which are derived due to the demand of some one commodity is known as derived demand. The demand for bricks, the demand for cement are derived, okay, due to the demand for a house. And composite demand, it's a particular commodity when we say has alternative uses. A particular commodity when it has alternative uses. In the sense, say for example, you consider a commodity steel. Now steel may be used for manufacturing household utensils. Steel may be used for making vehicles. Steel may be used for making different items like railings and all. So a particular commodity demanded that may have alternative uses is known as to have composite demand. So these are the very significant 5 types of demand that you need to study. Please note it down.